Oil slumps 6% to 4-week low on recession concerns. Strong dollar. New York oil costs tumbled about 6% to a 4-week low on Friday on worries that interest price hikes via principal important banks could slow the global economic system and reduce demand for energy. Also pressuring fees, the U.S. greenback this week rose to its maximum degree due to the fact December 2002 towards a basket of currencies, making oil extra luxurious for buyers. The usage of different currencies. Brent futures fell $6.69, or 5.6%, to settle at $113.12 a barrel, whilst U.S. West Texas Intermediate (WTI) crude fell $8.03, or 6.8%, to settle at $109.56. That was the lowest near for Brent on the grounds that May 20 and the lowest for WTI since May 12. It turned into additionally the biggest day-by-day percentage decline for Brent for the reason that early May and the most important for WTI on the grounds that overdue March. For the week, Brent futures declined for the first time in 5 weeks, while WTI dropped for the primary time in 8 weeks. There may be no U.S. trading on Monday, the Juneteenth holiday. Crude fees tumbled as the greenback rallied. Russia signaled oil exports ought to growth, and as global recession fears develop, stated Edward Moya, senior market analyst at statistics and analytics firm OANDA. Global relevant bankers who speedily loosened monetary coverage for the duration of the pandemic to avoid a recession, are actually tightening to combat inflation. The Federal Reserve this week hiked U.S. prices via the most in greater than a quarter of a century. With the critical banks making pretty big moves to limit increase through interest charge hikes, and monetary tightening is showing up here inside the petroleum complex, said John Kilduff, associate at Again Capital LLC in New York, noting that slower financial increase have to reduce strength call for. With the Fed expected to maintain raising hobby charges, open interest in WTI futures at the New York Mercantile Exchange fell on Thursday to its lowest level on account that May 2016 as traders reduce lower back on risky belongings. U.S. gas and diesel futures also slid over 4% on worries high pump charges will reduce demand. Automobile institution AAA stated the fee of diesel on the pump hit a document excessive $5.798 consistent with gallon on Friday, even as the fee of gasoline hit a record excessive of $5.016 earlier in the week. U.S. energy firms this week brought simply 4 oil rigs as President Joe Biden slammed manufacturers for profiting from sky-high expenses rather than doing more to enhance output. Rig U, even as his management wishes Saudi Arabia to supply greater oil, Biden stated he became no longer going to have a bilateral meeting with Saudi Arabia's de facto leader Mohammed bin Salman in the course of his journey to the area subsequent month, and that he became most effective seeing the Saudi crown prince as part of a broader, global assembly. Russia, in the meantime, expects its oil exports to growth in 2022 despite Western sanctions and a European embargo, the Russian deputy electricity minister said on Friday, in step with TASS News employer. The marketplace's turbulence has really accelerated considering that Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24. Russian gas flows to Europe fell quick of call for on Friday as an early warmth wave in the south boosted demand for aircon. The European Union's executive body recommended that Ukraine and Moldova become candidates for club inside the world's largest buying and selling bloc. An oil tanker chartered by using Italy's Eni SPA will quickly go away Venezuela with first shipment in 2 years to Europe.